This is the Truth Network.
Live from the hospital. Live, sort of. He's alive. Robby Dilmore. God ain't done with you yet, brother. Tell everybody what happened, because my phone's been burning up. Everyone at the Truth Network calling in. Listeners are calling in. Even listeners that call and maybe complain once in a while, they're calling to check on you. Tell everybody you were just heading home, right? On a, was it a Friday night? Bring us up to speed.
Right. We had just left my daughter's house, and on our way home, 8:45 on Monday evening, and signs up everywhere saying there was a crash. And so we weren't surprised when the traffic stopped right in front of the Exona Baptist Hospital. And so we came to a stop, and actually I turned on my emergency flashers because I didn't want to be the last guy in line. That didn't help me necessarily, because I looked in the rearview mirror, and all of a sudden, here comes this car. I don't think it touched its brakes. And I was in this Toyota Prius. And as that car crashed through the back of my car, it broke all the hybrid batteries, which caused the whole car to fill with smoke immediately. It was like, but what was worse than that was just that impact was unbelievable, hurting Tammy, broke her foot. Unfortunately, more unfortunately than anything, there was a stadium seat, or, like a camp seat that was behind my seat. Well, the truck itself pushed that seat through the back of the driver's seat into my spine, into my back, entering that artery and breaking the T3 and T4. I call them the stegosaurus bones. They're the ones that stick out. It's like God held out his hand. I mean this, too. It's like God held out his hand and said, you can't pierce that artery and you can't break his spine. And because that's like a quarter of an inch, an eighth of an inch, who knows what. Yeah. But I mean, it was a miracle that that's all that happened. Well, what we knew is Tammy and I were and because the batteries were broken, it immediately shut off all electricity in the car. We couldn't roll the windows down. The crash sealed the doors. And so Tammy and I are like beating on the windows, get us out, get us out. We can't get out. We can't breathe. The car's full of smoke because of all these batteries exploding, the hybrid batteries. And I look over, and this isn't 30 seconds, Stu, and here's ambulance lights, like right next to my car. I'm like, dude, I hope this is for me. Wow. And they get out and they spring the door behind, Tammy to get the smoke out of the car. And then they come over and spring my door. They have to do a lot more work to get Tammy out. They finally got her out. Of course, she had a broke foot. And that's what happened to my back was the major thing was an injury to the artery that's right there by the spine where those other two bones were fractured, but it didn't affect my walking or talking. Obviously, here I am. And right now I'm just waiting on the final word to know that those were healed. But, God was there. Another miracle from my standpoint was where that chair hit me in the back, there was a hematoma, whatever you want to call it, about the size of your fist. That my daughter was like, you have to see this thing on his back, showing everybody, right, Mariah? She was... That night, with all the prayers of all the Truth listeners, everybody praying all over the world, all I know is that hematoma totally disappeared by morning. And they were just like, there it is. So,
well, in the proximity of where this happened, in God's Romans 8:28 plan, tell everyone where you were.
Right, I'm on the bridge at Baptist Hospital from the point and moment of the crash until it could not have been 4 minutes. I was in the emergency room. That's how long I had to wait, because the ambulance was right there, loaded me up. Here we were, just boom, went down the exit, and we're on board.
Unreal. So we're in a hospital room. There's a beautiful floral bouquet. Who's that from?
That's from the Truth Network. It's right my whole week.
So I had to come by and see him. I've been trying to get by all week. The rest of us have. His phone's been burning up, but his daughters have been great, and they have nursing background. They're wonderful, protecting him, kind of saying, hey, let the doctors do their thing. Don't come in and don't turn this into we could have turned this into a mega church, this hospital, right? To introduce everyone to the great physician, but you have been doing that. But, I had to get an update, and I had to pull out my microphone in this hospital room, because we always have to be ready to give an answer. And Robby, you could be in heaven right now, with their Big Stu and your dad. But God ain't done with you yet. I mean, what goes through your mind as you think about, literally, you were on the air, it seems like that day, right, talking about Job and talking about your whole testimony and how God got a hold of you. And then just an hour or two later, a few hours later, you're literally almost about to meet God in heaven.
Yeah, well, it was similar. I was recalling, because, when you have a broken back, it's not an unpainful thing. And they're putting you on a CT scan and you're laying on a flat metal table with it hurts tremendously, as you might imagine. And I remember thinking, Jesus, you gave me a hug before. Like, would you do that again, please? Because it really hurts. And he did. He gave me the grace through all those things that he'd carried me through before. And of course, the greater concern also is my wife. I don't really know what's going on with her. She's in another emergency room than I am in. My daughters are going back and forth. They're traumatized because both their parents had just been taken by ambulance into the Baptist hospital. And so all those things added to the equation of the grace that God poured out on us that, last Monday night.
Well, if the Christian car guy is ever going to get hurt and walk away with a testimony, it's going to be related to cars. Of course, no one would wish this upon anyone. But Robby, what would you say to people that are going through hard stuff, like that are in hospitals? I mean, that's where there's a lot of pain points, inflection points for folks. There's a lot of tenderness. What do you say? You're in a hospital gown right now. I mean, there's a reason we're not doing a video cast of this. We're just doing an audio because we both have a face for radio, me more than you. But what would you say to everyone as a takeaway, but also as maybe a little word of encouragement that you've received that you want to comfort others with right now?
Yeah, well, it's Easter. This is actually Good Friday. It's a beautiful thing. And last Sunday was Palm Sunday, and they were saying Hosanna, but when you study those words, you're going to see that's actually a prayer, save us now. And so I was telling people, actually Saturday and Sunday, like, man, here's a prayer you can just throw up like Jesus, because his name's in there, and you can say Hosanna, and you're getting the whole package, like save us now. So when you're in that situation like I was, on my back, hurting like crazy, like, God, I don't know how I'm going to get through this. Several procedures that I went through over the last week, and I just threw those up like, God, save me now. And he does. It isn't that it's not going to be pain-free, I can assure you. But the important thing is that, wow, he's going to protect our lives to do his purposes. And it's pretty cool that, I'm going to be fully operational, I think, here real quick.
Yeah, and almost a week ago, you and your wife, that image, it's almost right out of a horror film. You and your wife are in a tiny little car, and you can't get out, and there's smoke coming in, and
we're beating on the window saying, help us out there. The people were standing by that had seen the accident because everybody had been stopped, and nobody could break the doors open. If the ambulance hadn't come with the equipment, I don't know what happened.
What's a Bible verse you could leave with us, or maybe a verse that's hit you more freshly in this journey, this experience that you could pass along to us? Anything come to mind?
Well, that's a good.
Well, you shared the Hosanna one. That's strong.
I have been just all week. My daughter here, Mariah, has been helping me process, John chapter 20. That Jesus' body, like, it's a precious thing. Like, these people, when they went to anoint his body, it was because they loved him. And what I experienced in this hospital, I felt that myrrh. I felt like everybody was coming to love on me as best they could. The doctors, nurses, family members, all these things. I see, they call them myrrh bearers, the people that just come to love on you. And that's what I have felt from the Truth Network, from everybody, is I felt all the Salome and Marys and all that stuff coming.
Wow. So we're going to pray for him. I'm going to get out of here and get out of the doctors and nurses' way, and hopefully you're going to be out of here soon. But we want to get an update, a Christian car guy, Robby Dilmore update from the hospital room, Baptist Hospital here in Winston-Salem. Have you ever recorded a national show with all, don't be shy or don't be scared. The billions of people that are listening right now, they can't hear, you can't see them. So don't be thrown off by that. But what's it like to record a show in a hospital room?
I remember after I fell out of the tree, you had me in a chair doing a remote for Foot Solutions. Right?
Yeah, we had the ugly foot contest that no one signed up for because no one wanted to send a picture of their feet.
I remember it like it was yesterday.
You were banged up, buddy. God's given you more lives than a cat. I mean, he's keeping you around for something, right?
Yeah, we've been there. So, yeah. We were going to do an ice cream thing this weekend.
Yeah.
It could have been, but maybe next week.
Next week, and we'll get you back on your feet and back behind the mic, sharing the gospel. Thank you, Robby Dilmore. Everyone keep praying for this guy. And your prayers for the Truth Network and for our ministry here and all the great affiliates that carry this program. God's hearing those prayers. It's like my friend Kaleem Andreos, the Lebanese brother from another mother, says, Homeland security. We're all part of a spiritual homeland security. Those prayer warriors, that email is a lot better than email, and God hears those prayers, and he's working in Robby's life. Thank you for the update, brother, and get better and get out of here soon.
Thank you so much, Truth Network.
Truth Talk.